Here we're looking at a new table. The principle is exactly the same. We're looking at rounding to a nearest place value, but in this case it's to one decimal place, two decimal places, as well as the nearest whole number. In the first case, look at the number 4.244. So to the nearest whole number we can leave it as a 4 or raise it to a 5. In the first decimal place it's presently 4.2. We could raise that up to 4.3 also. To two decimal places the number is 4.24, but we could also raise that to 4.25. Always remember with rounding that we've only got two choices each time. In the first case, the number in the first decimal place is a 2. That means that we leave the whole number as is. Likewise, in the first and second decimal place, the numbers following them are in the lower half of digits, so that means we leave the number as we see it. Here's the choices for the second row. It's suggested now that you pause to check to see if you agree with it. In the first case, the number in the first decimal place is a 0, so we leave the whole number as is. In the second decimal place it's a 3, so to one decimal place we leave it as is. And likewise in the third decimal place it's a 1, so we leave it to two decimal places as 12.03. Again, pause to see that you agree with the choices available here. In the first case, the first decimal place is a 4, so we'll leave the whole number as 0. The number to the right of 4 is a 3, so we leave it as 0.4 to one decimal place. In the third decimal place it's a 6, so that means that we raise the number in the second decimal place up 1, and the solution there is 0.44. Once again, pause to see if you agree with the choices here. In the first case, the whole number is a 9. Now to the right of that is a 9, that means that we round up, so the solution is 10 to the nearest whole number. In the first decimal place is a 9, and to the right of that is another 9. That means that we round up. Now when we put our answer, we need to put 10.0 because that indicates that we have rounded off to one decimal place. To two decimal places, the same principle occurs. There's a 9 in the third decimal place, so we raise the number up by 1 to the second decimal place, and that has a flow-on effect so that the final result is 10. But again, we must put 10.00 to show that we have rounded off. Once again, pause to see if you agree with the choices here. To the right of the whole number is a 0, so we leave it as 13. To the right of the first decimal place is a 0, so that means we leave it as 13.0. And to the right of the second decimal place is a 3, so we leave it as 13.00.